Alright, man, we back. I want to tap in real quick with a live stream because I probably won't get to one later on today. It's Sunday on the East Coast, man, or East Coast time. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Do appreciate all the love everybody showing. You want to donate to the channel, that link's always in the description. Best way to help out the channel is to share the video. And also, you want to support, check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow Unboxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, and they got a lot more. So check out the Hellblaze website. Promo code Goodfellow Unboxing is in the description. Get 18% off once again off their 100% all natural products. So check them out. And don't forget, we on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not streaming on Facebook right now. But for everybody to check my other channel out, Motor City Sports Talk, check us out tomorrow or later on today. God willing, I'll be able to get to a stream over there. And it'll be streaming on Facebook over there for the first time as well, if everything go right. But once again, let's talk about why the OG boxers still whooping on the young lions. And you know what? The reason, Samuel Crouton, salute. The reason the OG boxers, and I'm not going to be on long, the reason the OG boxers still able to whoop on the young lions is as simple as that. You got guys, and I ain't saying no names, I ain't got time for it tonight, but you got guys that's approaching 30 years old who ain't had a tough fight. They might have had a tough fight, a Pedraza fight, or they might have had a semi-tough fight, but you got guys that's being babied with titles. You got guys who don't even know what it means to be in a tough title fight. And I'll answer that question in a minute, Joseph. Salute. You got guys that don't even know what it means to be into, to dig deep. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say, yeah, I'm going to dig deep when the time right. I'm going to dig deep. It's easy to say that shit looking in hindsight. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say, oh, when the time. But a lot of these dudes ain't being tested, man. A lot of these dudes ain't being tested. And the pressure different. It's different when you able to, dominate a guy that you supposed to dominate, or you look good enough for, the commentator's going to swear everybody position on the fight. Cool, But when you get in a real fight and a nigga hitting you on your jaw and you fall, you face adversity, you get cut, you get dropped. A lot of them dudes ain't faced that adversity, man. A lot of them haven't. They fight once, twice a year, and they padding they protecting their old, and they padding their record with nothing ass fights. The OG fighter coming there with nothing to lose. Exactly, Samuel Crouton. He said a young lion is not battle tested. The young lion is not battle tested, and that's the biggest problem. They nurture these. It's like raising these kids today, man. Always critiquing whoever the father figure is, or maybe a head coach, the truancy officer, or may just be a mentor or uncle. They always criticizing how you approach the little niggas. You feel me? How you approach their son or whoever it may be. You know what I'm saying? And they don't never approach they kid about what they do wrong. And that's the biggest problem. Give me a minute. That's the biggest problem we have in our community. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest problem that we have in our community. They always want to coach the father figure, but the thing about it is this. We just trying to show them. You know what I'm saying? How it's going to be out there. We trying to give them the game. But if the mother continue to shelter them, and then when the real life come, the first thing they gonna do? Oh, you should have been there. Oh, you should have been there for whoever it was. Oh, you should have been there for little Mook Mook. Or you should have been there for him. You should have been a better father. Like, you fuck up out of here. I tried to show the nigga the roast, but you wanted to be Mrs. Captain Save a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. They in the same predicament. These kids in the same predicament now. They in the same freaking predicament. They being babied. They being coddled. In boxing, Al Heyman is giving them riches amongst their wildest dreams. They getting riches amongst their wildest dreams already. So if I'm getting money, if I'm getting praised, and I'm getting spoiled and wined and dined before I even did nothing, what's the chances I'm gonna come out the fighter? What's the chances I'm gonna come out the fighter I need to come out? If you ain't never faced a hard time and you want to go to the gold spoon in your mouth your whole career, you know what I'm saying? And you try to go to the hood and you try to, hustle in the streets, what's the chances of you really surviving out there like that? What's the chances of you really surviving out in the streets? You ain't missed a meal. You ain't missed a damn meal. And that's the same thing they expect. They expect these boxers and treat them like kings, and you expect when the final the exam come, if you don't test a gifted kid, or you don't challenge a gifted kid, the talent starts to deteriorate. When it's time to turn the light bulb on, it's a little dim because he's not really being tested, and that's what's wrong. Sean Burke, great win for Pascal. Happy for him. He fought everyone. Pascal, way more love than Stevenson in Canada. Exactly. Stevenson ducked that fight as well. Sean Burke is Heyman matchmaking. Look at J. Rock Harrison's soft upbringing. Same as Jamal Charlo. I wouldn't say J. Rock or Harrison had a soft upbringing, in my opinion. I wouldn't say they had soft upbringings. I think if anything, they had it tough. Out of all the PBC fighters, they had it tough. Maybe you misworded that wrong. Because J. Rock, he was fighting undefeated fighters in his first, 10, 12, 15 fights. You know what I'm saying? And Tony Harrison, he got 2 losses. By the time he got the PBC, he fought Willie Willie Nelson. He fought a lot of tough fights. So J. Rock and Tony Harrison had tough upbringings compared to the rest of the spoiled rich kids. Sean Christian, salute. Brandon Figueroa going to be the next to get upset in the future. You think so? I ain't seen a lot of him. He looked more skilled than Omar. Ricky, man, what's up, man? The PBC put on a great card. Yeah, that was a great card tonight, man. Kownacki, Arreola threw down. Harrison's first real fight was Nelson, and J Rock fought no. Yes, he did. J Rock fought an undefeated fighter. I remember. I watched it, and it was like they really gonna put these 2 undefeated. And he fought Hugo. He fought Hugo right before he fought Jamal Charlo. He fought Hugo. Go look at his resume. You might not notice the names. And Tony Harrison wasn't with Al Heyman before. I don't think before the Willie Nelson fight, or not long. Tony Harrison was a local fighter fighting here. So when he signed to Al Heyman, he started getting those fights. So that wasn't Al Heyman fault. Tony Harrison just wasn't with nobody before Al Heyman that can get him those big fights. And when he got Al Heyman, it bust him through. I ain't gonna let there sit there and tell me that J Rock had it hard. No, J Rock was active. He was fighting the best fighter available. Cause I seen it. I seen his career. At the end of the day, he fought tough competition coming up. He fought him. Face it. Who did you want the motherfucker to fight? Who did you want him to fight? I don't even know why the brother fought. Who would you want him to fight? That's all I'm saying. Who did you want him to fight? He fought tough, solid, and Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo fought a lot of good guys. Demetrius Hopkins, Charles Muyaki, Gabriel Rosado, Vanes Monterosian. Carlos Molina was in jail a lot of that time when J-Rock was coming up because he had a case like Carlos Baltimore case. It wasn't like that, but it was the similar fate. Trump was a champion at the time. You think a champion about to get him a shot? And then by that time, he lost back-to-back. He lost to Canelo, and then he lost to Lara. Then the nigga had to work his way back up. You can't tell me nothing about their careers. I followed that division. You asking a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 win J-Rock to step up and fight. Trot wouldn't even have gave him the fight. He laughed at the nigga like, man, fuck about this nigga got 12 fights. Like, you gotta earn your way up there. And he did. Jamal Charlo had it easy now. Jamal Charlo wasn't fighting nobody before he got his IBF shot. I watched Jamal Charlo's career. He ain't have it easy, but he wasn't with Al Heyman. He was with Golden Boy. Jamal Charlo wasn't with them neither. I think both of them might have been signed to Shelly Finkel, and then he turned a promoter and he dropped them, and then I think Jamel got picked up by Golden Boy and Jamal didn't. Jamel had a few tough fights coming up. Muyaki, he was another undefeated motherfucker. Demetrius Hopkins, he was dubbed to be something at the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had Gabriel Rosado was a nice straight fight. He came down and fought him. Vanez was a real tough cross, and then he was gonna fight Demetrius Andrade. He pulled out the fight, and I thought Demetrius Andrade would have won the fight. But no way, shape, and fashion, I'm putting them niggas in the category of some of these other dudes like Tank. Can't. And I had to think about it for a minute. Like Jamal, he didn't have a promoter though. You know, Jamel was the one that everybody wanted. So a lot of them, J-Rock and Jamel Charlo, they had it tough coming up. They still ain't got career-defining victories right now. You know, unfortunately, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can't control that, but shit, they ain't had an easy route like fucking anybody that came around 2012 that turned pro. All them niggas had an easy route. Marcus Brown, Errol Spence, you know, Javante Tank Davis around that time. Even Adrian Broner had the easy route. They laid the red carpet out for Adrian Broner. They laid the red carpet out for him. He actually lost his first fight to Daniel Ponce. Was it Daniel Ponce de Leon? He lost his first fight to me on HBO. Then he fought the little dude from wherever the fuck he was from, Argentina, or is it Litzum? Then he fought for the title. Then he moved up for Escovedo, and then he moved up, and eventually he fought the winner of John Molina, Antonio DeMarco. Antonio DeMarco won that in like 20 seconds or a minute. Then he beat up Antonio DeMarco. That's by far probably his best performance. He fought Gavin Reese. He moved up so quick. Then he jumped up before Paulie, and then he deviated away from Al Heyman plan, fought Madonna, and then he got exposed. I'm telling you, the way these dudes being moved, I'm telling you, it's gonna be more upsets, dog. I could have told you, Marcus Brown he not consistent. He not consistent at all. One performance, he knocking Shy Mohagan out easy. And the next performance, he just looked trash. He just looked unfocused. He looked undedicated to his craft. He talented. But like I said before, the way these dudes moving. These dudes is being pampered. These dudes strictly note the GOAT, however you say it, however you want to pronounce it. I guess it's supposed to be a G. Courtney Richard, salute. These dudes is being pampered, bro. These dudes are being pampered. These dudes are being pampered. Marcus Brown. Pampered. It's gonna be some more. It's gonna be some more upsets out there too, man. It's gonna be a ton of upsets. Thurman was a fighter Heyman built properly. The inactivity fucked him up. Yep. He's gonna come in off the gate fight Madonna. He ended up fighting Orlando Lara, but Madonna, it was Lara, Zevich, Katana, and he fought Katana at 152. I can't remember. I think it might have been Kajavich, Katana. Diego Chavez was a really good fight for him. I mean, he wound up beating Jesus Soto Carras. That was a solid win for him. Then he went on to beat Bundu, Guerrero, He had a tough fight with Collazo. So yeah, Keith Thurman, like I said, Keith Thurman and Jamel and J-Rock, they all was built up pretty tough. You notice J-Rock took the L and still came back and regained the title. That's tough. That's resiliency. How many Marcus Brown may never come back just to regain a regular title. He ain't. I don't know if he resilient. Like, he got a lot going on. J-Rock is razor focused in his approach. But he was razor focused. You know what I'm saying? He got a faith that he believe in. He got a really good coach. You know, he seemed to have a good head on his shoulders. But a lot of them other PBC guys, like Jamal Charlo, another guy, he ain't fought no, but he didn't deserve no title shot versus K9. That was politicking. That was politics. You know, you look at Javante Tank, another nigga that's primed to go, some fucking veteran, he gonna step up, primed to get his ass whooped, just due the way he being moved. It's not an indictment on his talent. They babying these niggas, and one of my boys say, you know, they got to get that money too. And them amateur niggas got a different perspective because they know what it is to raise money or spend money going to these amateur tournaments, and they know how I feel to beat them. But at the end of the day, it's a fine line between, you know, you gonna get your money or you gonna get more money. See, right now you can pad the bread up. Hopefully these niggas buying all these fucking chains and shit. You know, they buying all these chains and they spending a ton of money on jewelry and clothes. They enjoying themselves. Hopefully they budget their money because this shit not for long. A lot of these dudes, y'all gonna see, they gonna just start falling off. Watch. And watch after one L come. Oh, I can't. It's the pressure after you lose your O. It's something else that come. It ain't just like, oh, I'm relieved and, you know, nah, I can't take another one. Next time you go out and fight, I can't take another one. The pressure is insurmountable. The pressure is insurmountable. In my opinion. I can't take another L. And then some people might say, oh, I got that L off my record, knock and move. You know, but at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes is gonna fall off. I'm telling you. You got motherfuckers who got losses. You got dudes that had to earn their way back up, scratch and claw their way back up, and get back in their position. You got old veterans that then fuck their money up like these young fighters, then fuck their money up, right? And they gotta hurry up and scoop the little. They desperate. They desperate. Or they just want to pad they 401k or they pension or whatever they savings account is. They just want to scrape the money. They desperate. They hungry. They training good. They experience. And really they got nothing to lose. Ain't no pressure. Wasn't no pressure on John Pascal to win tonight. And that's what you worry about, man. A OG that need to just scrape the bottom of the barrel, get a couple more. They dangerous. They dangerous. And these young fighters ain't been tested, man. I've been telling y'all this, man. But every time I say something, you a hater. Like I told y'all, Teofimo Lopez ain't ready. I told y'all, Errol Spence really ain't been tested. I told y'all that. I told y'all I love Tank, but the way he being moved gonna hurt him. And some of these fighters that went to the graveyard, like Tony Harrison twice, he done lost twice. You know, that's experience, man. That's a lesson learned. A lot of these dudes ain't had no resistance in their career. If you just dominating your opponents and you fighting the same level opponents who maybe you fighting a guy that can punch but he can't get the bomb, he don't have a missile to get the bomb there, or you fighting a guy that can box but he ain't got no power. You know, if you ain't fighting guys that's gonna continue to set, a lot of these dudes gonna start to fall, man. A lot of these dudes gonna start to fall. It ain't just underestimating. They ain't been tested. When you test it, you learn things. When you fight veterans, you learn things. You learn how to hold on the inside. You know how to cut somebody breathing airway out. You learn how to clinch. You learn how to survive. You learn from your mistakes. You learn shit from them that you can't learn in sparring. Samuel Crouton said it's like feeding piranha gumpies. It's too easy. It's not battle tested, but an older piranha is in the tank with it. Now it's a fight. Salute the super chat. People gas about dude win 2-up too much about, you know. Man, Marcus Brown wasn't good though, man. I don't say he wasn't talented, but the motherfucker wasn't good, man. He lost the hot rod. Then I think he might have got dropped in that fight. He was too erratic in his performances, and maybe fighting in Brooklyn was too much for him. I know he's from Staten Island. But the dude wasn't that good. I've been telling people that, man. I didn't think that guy was like people were saying. Goshvick would have killed him. But Turbia would have caught a homicide. And Beaver would have just outclassed him. I don't know where they be hyping some of these dudes, and I be telling y'all, them motherfuckers, I don't even think he that good. You know what? I'm like, I don't think he that good. A lot of people can't get away from an overhand right. Shit, let alone from the southpaw position. Chad Dawson was man, Marcus Brown would never be half the fighter Chad Dawson was when he fought Pascal. Okay? But them headbutts and them overhand rights and lefts from John Pascal, he beat a season that was before that Bernard Hopkins fight. He beat a seasoned Chad Dawson, who was perhaps, a pound for pound fighter at one point, if not on top of the pound for pound list for a short amount of time. He beat him with the same tactics. He was more explosive and, he was more spry. But he beat him with them same tactics. That ain't nothing new. Trick salute. That ain't nothing new. Is Pascal the same fighter when he fought Dawson? Like, what was that, like 7, 8, 9 years ago? Nah, he ain't the same fighter. But he got experience. That's one thing he is, more experience. More experience. But these old fighters, man, they've been battle tested and they ain't got no pressure. Ain't all the pressure on the young guys. And young guys come in thinking it's sweet. I'm going to just touch him up a couple times and he going to just fall over. These dudes want the bag. All these old fighters, why you think they still fighting? Just for the love of the sport? Nah, man, this is these same niggas spending $100,000s and a couple thousand and millions on these charm pieces, man. They falling into the same fucking trap them niggas did. Buying useless cars, tricking off of useless sack chasers. They fucked their money up, man. Ain't nobody fighting at whatever Pascal age is. Don't nobody want to be fighting into their 40s. If you don't have to fight until your 40s and your money good, what you still fighting for? But everybody want to do the same thing, bro. All these niggas want to do the same thing. They want to buy their purses. They want to buy these expensive fanny packs. They want to buy these expensive shoes. They want to buy expensive jeans. Then they want to have a wife. Then they want to have 2 side chicks, and the side chick in each state they go to. They spread their money too deep. They ain't even getting no real money compared to the other sports world with the soccer players getting. Compared with the NFL player, even the NFL players. They ain't getting what the NBA players are getting. When niggas say, Arreola made, he probably made $20 million that fight. In actuality, the nigga really brought home like what? 10, 12? If that. If he even made that, but at the same time, like, it ain't guaranteed that's gonna be your purse every time. A hooping nigga say, man, you guaranteed 30. That's your 30 plus whatever you getting off the court. And you guarantee that every time each year, Each year. But like I said before, let them do them, man. That's what's wrong with athletes, man. They don't learn from their mistakes. From previous athlete mistakes, they don't learn. They don't see how, whoop-de-whoop went broke and, I'm making more money than him. It can't happen to me. And I was just watching today. And I was just looking at Michael Spinks, and you look at Riddick Bowe, you look at Mike Tyson, you look at Roy Jones, you look at Bernard Hopkins. Let me just point something out. And I was sitting there just looking at the fights tonight and just thinking. I said, how many of them old niggas you see with a dumbass chain on? Real talk. You might have a nice little watch on. Lennox Lewis sitting next to Deontay Wilder. Wilder got the nice pinky ring and dope wrist going on. But really, how many of them old niggas you see with that shit on? How many of them motherfucking old fighters you see with chains on, with earrings on, with wrist wear on? Real talk. How many of them old fighters you see with all that bullshit on? Not too many. Not too many. All them niggas, all that shit they bought in the 80s and the 70s and the 90s, that shit don't mean nothing no more. But the athletes today don't pay no attention to that. And then when they be broke and they waste hundreds of millions of dollars throughout their career, they want to sit there looking with the IA ass face, like Kevin Hart said. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. You see all them old motherfuckers, they ain't got that shit no more. They ain't wearing no jewelry no more. They ain't doing that shit no more. And a lot of the young fighters should take knowledge of that. Because that little whatever money you get now, that shit could be gone quicker than quick. Child support, sack chasing chicks, family, all types of shit. You know, the business giveth, the business can taketh. R. Kelly made all that money in his lifetime, and look at him. This nigga on the run now. He ain't got no money to give. Your baby mama don't care. She want to just get the last little juice out of you. No, because they know. It ain't just because they old. It ain't just because they old. They smart, nigga. They smart. All the motherfuckers worth $500 million, $100 million. All them worth all that fucking money. $1 billion. And niggas engrossed $1 billion. 500 million was their net worth. And they ain't got nothing to show for it. Because each one of them niggas went out there and got the most fanciest cars, the jewelries, the 7 baby mamas. And niggas don't learn from their mistakes. And don't give me that, oh, these fighters different. And no, it ain't. No, they not. Floyd had the same money problem under Al Heyman. You forget that. When he didn't pay his taxes and he was borrowing money from 50. They said. And that's the reason he came out of retirement versus Marquez. It's a mentality that young athletes, in particular, the black athletes, need to have. It's a mentality. It ain't that, oh, they just, learn from them niggas, man. You think Jay-Z, if he can go back and he had all that gold on with the gold finger thing on, you think he would do that again? Shut up. Get out of here. Get out of here. Fucking faggot. Hope your mama swallowed. I wish your mama would have swallowed you. I sure wish she would have. Niggas be killing me. Doing dumb shit. And then, you know, everybody say, I care about the fighters' pockets and I care about the fighters' pockets and shit. Like I said the other day, when they broke, Jay White, what's going on? Eli Zaki? When they broke and ran down, you make sure you open your doors to them so that you care about them so much. You make sure you give them a free room and board. They ain't got to pay for no water, no lead, no light. Like, since we care about the fighters so much, it's the same little stuff. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff they say about the damn veterans. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you fought for our country. But when it come down to it, when they need $1, they need 50 cents on the corner. Oh, nah, F you. And nah, you go get a job. They're the very same people that tell you that. They're the same people that tell you. People say, well, stop watching the fight pocket. Well, all you do is talk about the money. And we talking about why older fighters still fighting. Pascal ain't fighting for the love of the game. Pascal fighting because he got to get that bag. He got to get that bag. That's why he's still fighting. He got to get that bag. You know what I'm saying? Roy Jones made a ton of money. Why he still was fighting? He loved the game. No, nigga ain't going. Nigga ain't trying to run 10 miles, and you've been running 10 miles since you was 10 years old, and you want to run 10 miles for 10, 15. No, nigga, nobody want to put themselves through that. It's at a point in time where your body had enough. But when you got to do it for that money, you got to do it. You got to do it. And unfortunately, these fighters not going to learn. And athletes, I don't even want to make it about athletes not going to learn. These athletes, so many athletes get taken to the cleaners or find out when they retire, they can't retire and they got to go over to Beijing and play for the the Beijing Tigers and shit like that. It just need to be put on the floor. It just need to be put on the floor. All these dudes want to wear this jewelry and all of that. And guess what? It don't mean nothing. You want to go get a Rollie and put diamonds in it? You hurting the value of it. Value is in gold. Get you some valuable jewelry. Get you some shit that you could pass down to your son and you pass down to your daughters and shit like that. But like I said before, a lot of these fighters is still gonna be trying to fight and scrape the barrel. Y'all, everybody want them to get all this money right now and watch. A lot of these niggas gonna face the same reality Marcus Brown faced tonight. And Marcus Brown can either beat Tony Harrison, he either can beat J-Rock and build himself back up and come back with a vengeance and get smarter, work out harder, get tougher, or he could be another lost nigga out there. He could be another lost cause. Same thing. You could be a lost cause, bro. If you can pick yourself back up, learn where you messed up at, and get back in the game. But don't be surprised. It's going to be some more of this shit coming. Instead of making the fights that people want to see, it's going to be some more tough, gritty guys. Tough, crafty guys. Beating these niggas. These dudes being moved like cupcakes. But then when you speak out about it, oh, you a hater. You know, when I said y'all, when I told y'all Teofimo Lopez wasn't ready, I was a hater, right? When I said Earl Spence ain't been tested like that, I'm a hater. I'm just telling y'all the truth. You can't move kids like you moving. You can't move them like you moving preschoolers. At some point, Gervonta need the key. He's supposed to capitalize on that momentum of Jose Pedraza. He's supposed to capitalize on that. Fortuna, Juzrio Corrales, Machado, Casino, whatever that dude's name, Burchett. He was supposed to capitalize on that. He ain't supposed to be trying to fight no old Yuri Yorkers Gamboa. And when it's time to have to step up, when it's time to hit the Range Rover in third or fourth gear, he ain't going to be able to hit the third or fourth gear, let alone the fifth gear. You're going to see a lot of these dudes fall victim with Brown. And a lot of guys has fallen victim to it. Jamel, even though he was moved up pretty good, he fell victim to it. You might see it from Demetrius Andrade next versus Canelo Alvarez. It was just a matter of time. Either is he about to have a fish fry, or he about to have a waking or a funeral. Or he about to get robbed. He another motherfucker, 30 years old, and really ain't never had no stern test. Been held 3 different titles, 2 WBO titles, junior middleweight, and a regular WBA title at junior middleweight, and has not been tested. What you expect to happen? If you don't drive that old Camaro you got in your fucking garage, you know what? You just started up. Every now and again you start it up. So now you want to go race that whole 2-3 years later, and all you've been starting it up in the garage every now and again. You want to go race. You think that Camaro about to go and you ain't did no fine tuning or changing. You think that Camaro just gonna go pew? You think that Camaro just gonna go shoot out pew? No. That motherfucker go. If you lucky if you get out the driveway. It ain't gonna have that pew. It's gonna have that little you know. And that's what's wrong with PBC, man. That's wrong with a lot. I mean, back to the PBC thing. He said Jamel fell victim to boxing politics. He was supposed to knock Tony Harrison out. He was supposed to knock Tony Harrison out. He didn't. Because Jared Hurd did and Willie Nelson did. Why couldn't Jamel? Politics had something to do with it, but he lost. That fight wasn't no robbery where, oh my God, he got robbed. Nah. Motherfucker said he got robbed because of the commentary and because they like him because he from Texas. That's one of the guys they push. Had the shoe been on the other foot and that been Tony Harrison that fought just like Jamel Charlo, everybody would have said, oh, Jamel won. He landed more jabs. He stunned. I'm already tell you what it is. It's favoritism, dog. This boxing shit is groupieism. Social media has made it into the groupieism. Because had Tony Harrison fought the same fight Jamel fought, and Jamel fought the same fight Tony, niggas would have made a case for Jamel Charlo. People would have put money on Jamel Charlo. I mean, people say, "Oh, Jamel won." It's a popularity. A close fight is no way, shape, or fashion a robbery. It's not. Did you hear me saying Thurman got robbed? No, I said, nigga, it's a close fight. The way people made it seem, you thought Thurman got took behind the woodshed and just got a slacking. You thought Thurman would just have to pick his fucking torso off the canvas and they had to take his legs back to the back and then connect his torso. Do some Frankenstein shit. Ain't no robbery. People act like Pacquiao beat this motherfucker by, 1,000 kilometers. He didn't. That fight could have went either way. But you know what? People, I can't stand Thurman. All of a sudden people got this found. The black motherfuckers got this found beloved Pacquiao. Now they got all these fine Pacquiao memories, man. That's why I don't mess with people, dog. People, I trust a grizzly bear to be my friend before I trust a human being. I always want to know what human being's agenda is. Real talk. I do. I don't trust the fucking soul. I don't trust the soul to do the right thing, bro. I don't trust them. I expect the worst out of a human being. Just the greater people that's out here. You know what? If I give you $5 to run to the store and give me a pop and some chips or whatever, like my best thing is, if you like a minute late off my time, I'm about to come find you. I don't trust people. Because you can't. You can't. The greater people out here is terrible, man. People will switch sides for nothing. Nigga give a nigga $10 to cap your ass. Nigga do it for $10. $10. Your life ain't even worth $10. It ain't nothing but worth $10. Not even 1,000. Not even 100. Not even 500. I don't trust human people at all. I trust a very, very select few. Anybody that come in my life now, I don't trust you. You can gain my trust all you want to. You will never have my undivided 100% buying and trust. It just ain't gonna happen that way. And most people that's in the hustler game in the street need to have that mentality. That's why you see the most treacherous and the longest reigning people hustlers in the street. They got a KOBK mentality. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna let you just no. They gonna cover their own tracks. They ain't gonna let you testify or snitch on them. The people that cover their tracks trust to get you killed. Trust to get you killed. You trust your homeboy to do the right thing. I've seen people get set up at the crib. I've seen people get people set up at their car. When you honest with yourself, I don't trust the coworker. I don't trust the AAA man. I don't trust the tow truck driver to do the right thing. I assume the worst out of humans. Unless they in my inner circle of trust. And still then, I'm like, you know what? But that's just how it is. I expect the worst out of humans. You know? I trust what rapping Forte say for my West Coast people? He said, what did he say? He said, I only trust myself. No one else, or I would have been a victim like everyone else. That was a deep line right there. I butchered it, but he said something like that. He said, I trust myself, or I would have been a victim like everyone else. And he right. Trust yourself. But about the fights tonight, I kind of wrap up with that. Stevenson fight was sad, man. Ain't nothing coming good for a guy that was at, 168 pounds. And now he in his 30s after getting knocked out by Dave Lemieux. Going back to 54. That's too big of a cut, for a guy. He's short, but the thing about him being short is that when you short in this area, it's good. Because a lot of these dudes like Bunny and Maurice Hooker and Ryan, what was the old boy name that trained with Abel Sanchez? The Ryan guy from Ohio. or Tennessee, or however he's from. You know, the thing about it, Ryan Martin, excuse me. A lot of these dudes don't know how to use their height. So being short is an advantage. I remember when Jack Kownacki, General Pender salute. I remember when Jack Kownacki fought Demetrius Andrade, he gave him all type of problems. He gave Derevyanchenko type of problems too. And that motherfucker like 5'5". You know what I'm saying? So being short really ain't no detriment. Long as you know how to, you know, cut the ring off a little bit, close the distance, work on feinting and jabbing and getting on the inside. You know, Curtis Stevenson could have been successful at 160 pounds, 168 pounds. His stature wasn't nothing. These dudes can't use their height and box for 12 rounds. You know, I think he got spooked because Jesse Brinkley kind of punked him a little bit, and then Darrell kind of boxed around. But Darrell was a once in a generational type of talent. You know what I'm saying? Darrell had more talent than any other boxer out there. You know, maybe not named Floyd Mayweather, but he had a lot of talent. Darrell just didn't have it tangible. You know what I'm saying? Darrell didn't have tangible. You know, but he let that Darrell fight scare him, and Brinkley punked him. Found one. But he should have been staying up there and just working and just learning to set shit up and cut the ring off. But being tall is a detriment in boxing today. None of these motherfuckers know how to fight tall. None of these motherfuckers know how to fight tall. Nobody know how to be aggressive. Man, Emmanuel Stewart can help a lot of guys out today. Even Tyson Fury, man, versus Deontay Wilder, what he was supposed to do, Freddie Roach actually gave him some good advice. He was supposed to use that stick and go to Wilder and be aggressive with that stick. And he was supposed to take Wilder apart by putting Wilder on the back foot. And all he had to do was stay away from the right hand. Easier said than done. Dr. Blick, I see you. You know, easier said than done. But that's all he had to do. You know how Tommy Hearns used to be aggressive with that stick? You know, now, you know, just because you got height and reach don't mean you need to be finesse. You know, side to side. No, man, Emmanuel had them motherfuckers on that front foot, and that jab controlled real estate. He was aggressive with his height. And if you was going to try to slip that jab or try to rush in, you was going to eat a right hand from Tommy Hearns. You was going to have a problem with Tommy Hearns. You was going to eat a right hand. But if you sitting on the back foot and you going side to side and you giving up real estate, at some point, you're going to have to stop. Because at some point, you got to stop to generate power, to get respect, or your legs going to be tired. You can't box for 12 rounds. Wilder had problems with Eric Merlina. He was a shorter fighter. You can't sit there and just expect to box 12 rounds versus every opponent. You got to be aggressive with your punches. You got to keep dudes to the end of your punches while moving forward. And that's the problem with a lot of tall guys. You know? There ain't no price to pay when the motherfucker get past that stick because you on the back foot. And Mauricio Hooker had that problem. He moving on the back foot all the time. If you come forward, science say, you know, the momentum of coming forward is going to generate more power. It's going to generate more speed and more velocity, more power. A boulder, when you pushing a boulder uphill, it ain't got more fucking power. But when it's coming downhill and this gravity and this rolling hard, it got all the power in the world. But everybody want to be counterproductive with they tall attack. Everybody want to be finesse. They want to be Ali. But Ali will get in there, and he'll jab you and put you on the back foot. Ali will pick his times to be treacherous. And Tommy was a cobra with that fucking stick. You know? So Stevenson should have stayed up there. I was talking to Cortez Bay on Facebook. You know, he said he agreed with me. That motherfucker should have stayed up there. And his height, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. Time for him to retire. African dude, he was hitting him at will. He was rubbing him across the chin, and he went to sleep. Okay. Curtis Stevens, was I ever a big fan of his, to be honest? No. You know, but Triple G fans was, because that's one of the guys they were trying to build his resume up with. But I remember he came back. He had a tough fight after he took a layoff back in the day on NBC, when he fought Derek Finley. It might have been the same day Steve Cunningham fought Tyson Fury. You know, he said, when I saw a guy, I know what to do when I'm inside. All you do is hold. That's it. But these tall guys know how to fight inside. Hooker, no, and that ain't where he should be at. All you do is hold that motherfucker. Paul Williams will fight you on the inside. A lot of these tall guys fight better on the inside than they do on the outside. That's why they had lightweight and welterweight. You know, a lot of these tall guys today know how to fight on the inside, but they don't know how to fight on the outside. They don't know how to control range and distance. Controlling range is one of the toughest things to do in boxing, especially for a boxer. But at some point in the fight, you got to come forward. At some point in the fight, you got to come forward. And if you don't come forward, it ain't, how you going to really hurt somebody? Some people got the gift of power on the back foot, But, hey, that was his problem. Okay, the Pascal fight, it was just, Marcus Brown was dominating it, as far as rounds. But you know what? He hooked with a hooker. If you ain't a hooker, you shouldn't be hooking with a hooker. I remember Mike Dallas. No, excuse me. It was Lamont Peterson that hooked with Lucas Matisse. And even though his hook got there first, it might have got there first. I know Marcus Brown. I'm not sure if Marcus Brown hook got there, but the hooker gonna be more effective, with his punching. So, Brown hooked with a hooker. When Brown really was doing what he was supposed to do, he just had a mental lapse, and that happened with young fighters. And when Pascal was able to set traps, he was able to be dirty, rub his head into his face, and try to open up a cut on his face. When he was holding them, and he was landing those lead left and right hooks, that was tough to get out to. He was a southpaw. It was a real cagey fight. He had enough legs to go them little 8 rounds they went. If they was able to get past them 8 rounds, who knows? Maybe he didn't have those legs no more. Maybe he didn't have those legs no more. You know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said before, it's a learning experience for Marcus Brown. I really wouldn't feel like it was a loss. I can get ahead, but people act like people just be oh, he got dominated, and okay, he got dropped 3 times. You know what I'm saying? The learning experience was after the second drop, he should have took the knee and took the count, but he got up in the second and he got another knockdown, which didn't really clearly look like a knockdown, but I give it to him. It was just learning experience. He was winning the fight. He was beating up Pascal up a little bit. He was landing his check hook. He was landing his body shots. He looked fresh. He looked good, but at the end of the day, lack of experience, lack of taking the 8 count, and these are things that should be practiced in the gym. When Timothy Bradley got knocked down by Kendall Holt, you know what? That was the first time he had been knocked down, but obviously he had a thorough coach in Joel Diaz. He took the 8 count. He got off the canvas. He took the knee. He looked at his corner. He took the knee. He took the 8 count. He got up, and he ended up dominating that fight. And that's the truth. You practice those things in the gym. You practice how to hold. You go through those things. Even if you got to put your fighter on the treadmill for 20 minutes going 7.0 on the treadmill. He tired. You throw him in the ring. He tired. He don't have no legs. You working on holding. You simulating, what you go through a fight. I'd rather have a thorough trainer than a half-ass trainer. You might put an eye patch over your fighter face. Or you might get some fake blood that go in his eye to practice those situations, so when you get to the fight, it's not foreign to him. Freddie Freak salute. Hey, talk about training for knockdowns turned out to be essential for him. Yeah, you cover their eye up with a patch, to simulate that. You get some fake blood, or have them, work out real hard on the treadmill, and at the end of the workout, you work on, being tired and trying to survive, and you simulate that shit. That shit just don't come natural to everybody. You simulate those type of things. You simulate that. And a good trainer knows that. But guys get in there, don't know how to hold. Guys get in there, don't know how to survive, don't know how to take the 8 count. And maybe they do. Maybe they talk about those things. Oh, this is some guys more hands-on. When I was growing up, I was more of a hands-on learner. You could tell somebody what to do, and some guys can do it. You could talk about it, some guys can do it. You could talk all you want to, But once that moment arrives, some guys don't operate that good, man. You know, some guys just forget everything that went out the window. But if you practice it, y'all go over it again and again. We get knocked down, you know what? Tell the referee, okay, you look at the corner, take the 8 count. We practice it. You might have to practice it every 3 or 4 times a day in the gym. You know, it's like a walkthrough. Sometimes you might practice it while you're in the dressing room. It's a walkthrough. And in football, that's what you do. You know, Friday before the game or whatever it is before the game, you have a walkthrough. You know, you say, okay, this is what we gonna do. If they're in this coverage, but it is what it is. You know, but about Arreola and Kownacki, that was a great fight. I was expecting a solid fight, but it was a great fight. Kownacki got a beard, man. Arreola still seemed like he was throwing some heavy punches. You can hear him. But I'm not sure Kownacki is a big enough puncher to really do something. I like to see Kownacki versus Alexander Usyk. I think that'd be a nice fight. You know, Kownacki is a real strong fighter. He got really good skin. Him and Arreola really weren't marked up, but tomorrow they'd be swelled up a little bit. And you know, Kownacki just had, you know, Arreola just didn't have enough power to get his attention. He hurt his hand. He should have been working downstairs more early on. And if I was fighting Kownacki and I was a guy of his similar height, I'll be trying to tell my fighter to go downstairs and work the torso. Guys that got good beards usually they weaken the stomach, or you weaken them down with the midsection work, and then, you know, when they no longer mobile with their legs, then you take them out to the face. But I knew Arreola, he had the wrong approach when he didn't go to Kownacki body early on. Kownacki went to his body more than he did, and Arreola should have really been ripping the body on the inside and taking the Rashid Town salute and taking the air out his tires. Heavy D say Kownacki can't survive against the big dogs. Took way too many right hands. Yeah, but he can eat them. You know, he can eat them. He one of them tough dudes, but I could see him beating Joshua. I could definitely see him beating Joshua. He got the very style that'll dominate Joshua. You know, I'm not even sure Joshua would have dropped him like Ruiz. But, you know, with Fury, he got the style to beat Fury too. I don't think he can beat Fury, but that come forward pressure style, if he can close the gap on Fury and he get the working Fury ass, he can run Fury right out the fucking ring. You know, that's be a tough fight, but I don't see nobody that's a tough matchup other than Wilder. It's just an all around bad matchup for him. You know, for Ortiz, that's a good matchup for him too. Ortiz with older legs. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, guys like Fury, Joshua, and Ortiz, I think Kownacki could beat those guys. But a rangy guy that can control distance like Wilder, or maybe a Daniel Dubois at some point, you know, that's another guy that's really a good puncher. And I think with some more seasoning, he might be a problem. Kownacki don't have hand speed like Ruiz. That ain't gonna matter for him. His sometimes speed ain't as important as it seemed to be. The pressures would stop AJ. Once Ruiz got inside his length, Kownacki gonna cook. Kownacki gonna let his punches flow regardless. He gonna let his hands go. You know, even though Ruiz's hands was quick, but it was just him getting inside of AJ reach, and AJ didn't know how to control his reach. Kownacki with his jaw, Kownacki would have put a ton of pressure on Anthony Joshua, and he would have started cooking his ass. You know what I'm saying? He may not have did it in the fashion of Andy Ruiz. He would have wore Anthony Joshua down just with his work rate. He would have wore Joshua down with his work rate. You know, and then his volume, just work rate, volume. This motherfucker threw 1,000 punches tonight from a heavyweight. Both heavyweight threw 1,000 punches. They was in top condition. It may not look like Kownacki was in top condition, but you know, hand speed, it wasn't no different. Anybody hands faster than AJ, not named Joe Joyce. And people say, well, Joe Joyce slow, but Joe Joyce punches flow. A lot of people don't pay attention to that. He's smooth. When Joe Joyce get in the groove and his punches start to flowing, he's smooth. You know what I'm saying? He get in the groove and he able to, you know, get in and out like he want to get in with his height. You know, a lot of people say he's slow, but he's smooth. He's smooth. His punches is smooth like a baby ass, and they flow. They flow really, really well. And when you get in that rhythm, you know, when you get in the rhythm, you know, Kownacki throw harder than Big Baby. When you get in the rhythm, it's a good rhythm. And Joe Joyce, he getting a really good rhythm, you know. Joe Joyce. And Adam Kownacki, he got in the rhythm tonight. He for sure will beat AJ that fought Andy Ruiz, but we'll see, you know, what happened in the rematch. But he sure beat his ass. He sure beat that guy. He'd have broke that motherfucker clean down. He'd have broke that motherfucker clean down. But Arreola, he went out like a champion. Hopefully he stay retired. You know what I'm saying? You know, he don't need to come back. They trying to say, oh, he should come back. Nah, nigga, retire. The game been good to you, man. Get the hell up out the game. You know, all these dudes want to stay past their expiration. And taking punishment ain't cool. But if you need the money, you need the money. I don't blame you. I don't mind seeing them again. But you know, everybody they care about how much money these fighters getting. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Some people don't have this mentality. You know, I ain't fucking with Ruiz and AJ. And after that nigga bought that mansion, I'm straight. He living the best life. But some people, the mentality that you need to have, is it's never too much. You know what? That's what make every great businessman, that's what make every billionaire, multi-billionaire great. You know, that's what make them elite, is it's never too much. They never just sitting down and saying, I made enough money. When you think you made enough money, oh, I finally got $1 million, or I finally got 20 million or 50 million. It's a nigga out there with 50 billion. Nah, there ain't no point. Derek Chisora need to retire too. Shit. Like the guy, but come on. In just my opinion, a lot of the brothers in the communities, black people, they need to get out of that shit. It's never enough. You never stop grinding. You know what I'm saying? You say, well, I got all the money I need. Hey, somebody else can use it once you die. Black people be the first ones that don't want to leave shit to nobody else. Well, shit, leave it to a charity then. You know, the money is never enough. Keep getting it. Keep getting it. Keep stacking it and 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 stacking it. Don't think, oh, I made enough. It ain't never enough. You don't never see Dan Gilbert say, I made enough. No, that nigga Steve Ballmer sitting on top of his ass. And Jeannie Buss got more billions than him. There's another motherfucker in the Middle East who got more billions than him. But that's what make life interesting. When you don't have goals to shoot for, you don't ain't ambitious in life no more. That's when you stop living. Real talk. That's when you stop fucking living. To always be ambitious. You know what? If you the best, be the greatest ever. They say you the greatest ever, be like Tom Brady and pad on when nobody else will reach you. Pad on. You know why that old motherfucker go to work every day and he worth billions of dollars? Because he got to get more billions. You know, and that's just the game. But, you know, people in our community, they think small. You know, and unfortunately, that's just it's the unfortunate thing. It's never enough. It's never enough. You know, it's never enough. And that's the slogan. It's never enough. Keep getting it. You know, a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying. Keep getting it. Oh, when I get $1 million, I'm good. Nigga, millionaires then went broke. Multi-millionaires then went broke. R. Kelly been had to gross over hundreds of $1 million, and now he broke. Become powerful where they can't hurt you. If you ain't powerful enough where they can still hurt you, you ain't powerful enough. You know, but hey, it is what it is. I read these last. Joe Joyce and Kownacki would be nice. Eli Zachary, Boxing Dollar, Arreola broke his hand. Time to hang him up. I wouldn't say have a hand injury. Shit, Wilder break his hand every time he go out. You don't think Ruiz gonna be up for? I'm not fucking with it. It's gonna be in the UK probably too. I'm not fucking with that fight. Chisora Arreola needs to retire or fight. They both need to retire, man. Ruiz better stay focused because AJ soaking in this and should be. Man, AJ, he should beat AJ, but yeah, man, he around here partying and enjoying it. He supposed to enjoy it, but shit, I'd be fucking grinding to whip his ass. I'll be grinding around his whoop his ass. But he said he ain't going to the UK, so we'll see what's going on, man, with that. But hey, I'm out of here, man. I was only gonna show up for an hour, so I done did an hour. I'm ready to go to sleep at Miles. He ready to come in the house. He probably mad as hell outside. But yeah, I'm handing out L's on Madden. I beat somebody named motherfucking name was Rick Brad 27. I'll cuss that motherfucker out today. All these niggas want to play with the Rams and shit. I cuss Rick Brad 27 if you out there. How that ass whooping taste? You quitting ass motherfucker. How that ass whooping taste? I appreciate y'all, man. Much love and support, man. We gone.